Hi, my name is Lance Hazzard. I'm a results leader.
You're listening to ResultsLeader.fm. Being a thought leader is easy. Getting results is hard. This show is for the results leader who lives and dies by their results. Here is your host and Chief Results Leader, Jonathan Rivera.
You are listening to ResultsLeader.fm. So glad you guys are back. And as always, I have another amazing interview for you today with Mr. Lance Hazzard. He's an author, a certified executive coach, and most importantly, a results leader. He's helped Fortune 100 companies accelerate their leadership. Companies that you know like RCA, GE, and Firestone. This guy is a wealth of information. Let's jump into the interview. All right, Lance, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here. Are you ready?
It's a pleasure to be here, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So first question I have for you is an easy one. Let's give our listeners a quick win, something they can do right now. And that's find out which book or books have you given most as a gift?
Well, that's an easy one. The book I co-authored a year and a half ago, Accelerating Leadership, is the book of choice that I give out to clients and potential clients. It's a guidebook, if you will, on how to integrate executive coaching into any organization's leadership development platform. So it's a good way for them to think about how to use coaching to elevate and accelerate the leadership within their organization.
All right, let's go into the next one I have for you, Lance. How has an apparent failure set you up for later success?
That's a great question. And I've come to realize that failure is really just the first step towards success. At the time, we may not realize it. Okay. And probably the best example I have for myself is when I went to college, I was committed to studying criminal justice. My oldest brother was a police officer. He was a role model for me. And I thought I'd also become a police officer. Except for my sophomore year, I ended up doing something that probably I shouldn't have done that may have prevented that from happening. So without going into details there, I'll just say that really caused me to think about what it is I wanted to do as opposed to following somebody else's path. But it gave me a lot of introspection to think, what do I want to do? What am I good at? What are my values? And that led me to a different career path that led me to studying labor and industrial relations, more of a human resources path that led me into working for some great companies, worked for large Fortune 100 companies like Firestone, RCA, General Electric, and then ultimately Medtronic. It also led me into a career path where I had the opportunity to work with an executive coach back in 2003 to work on my development. It was the best development I ever had. So that also then enabled me to help become a coach because Medtronic decided to bring coaching inside the company. We still had to do the people trained as coaches, and I was in the first cohort, had to do their day job. So I was a vice president of human resources and trained as a coach. I had to coach at least 4 people each year. People we coached tended to be people on our leadership pipeline. So they were directors and senior directors that we thought could be vice presidents. So I coached a number of people over the years. I realized that was something I could ultimately do on my own, and I retired early to start my own practice as an executive coach. So this all goes back to that failure that we started with. How does failure lead to success? I could not have imagined doing what I've done had I just kept the path going and, studying criminal justice. I maybe could have been a very successful police officer and had a great career in criminal justice, but did the human resources route based on a mistake that I did early on in life.
Total turnaround there. All right. Next question. Lance, in the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
The thing that I've really worked on the most for the last 5 years, for the last 8 years, is really listening. And that has enabled me to improve my coaching practice, my family, pretty much everything that I do. So the practice of listening better, not only for what's being said, but what's not being said. What are the mannerisms or facial expressions or body language that's giving off clues to maybe there's something more there that needs to be explored or understood. So just listening is something I try to do better and have really worked on, especially these last 5 years.
Let's have a little fun, Lance. What are some bad recommendations that you hear in your area of expertise?
Bad recommendations. I call these the shoulda pods, okay? Because bad recommendations are some high-level things that, Jonathan, you should do this, or Lance, you should do that. And the people that give you these statements, what you should do, they're approaching whatever they think your situation is, but they're approaching it from their own value system, their own perspective, and they're not necessarily exploring what your situation is with you. And so some broad statements like, you should pursue your passion. Okay, that's great. But people might take that, well, I have a passion for whatever it is. When I graduated from college, I was a karate instructor. I had a passion for teaching karate, but I had interest in many different areas. I didn't think that I could make a living teaching karate. Okay, so really explore more than what people tell you should do. Take some time to explore what you want to do. Really look at your value system. Look at the things that are important to you. And you may have multiple interests that you could be good in multiple areas. So work with somebody. It could be a mentor, could be a coach to help you think through what's best for you. And so, bad advice would be, just listen to people tell you what you should do. No one likes to be should upon, is what I say.
Should upon. That's too good, man. All right, cool. Now we're going to get into some of the good stuff. In the last 5 years, what new realization has helped you get better results for your clients, Lance?
I get the best results from the coaching clients that I work with by, again, listening intently and really exploring with them more than what they're just telling me, because many times we'll start out with a topic, but that's really not the topic. So listening intently, asking questions out of curiosity, really finding what really is important to them, what really they want to pursue, and just really exploring more options with them and giving them greater perspective to see things more broadly, because many times people will come with a specific problem and they've already boxed themselves in to just one solution or one outcome, and really helping them explore multiple different perspectives so they can choose the right option for them. And that choice is then entered into on their behalf by them, and they have more confidence in it. They have more clarity around what it is they're doing and why. And that leads to better results for them. So that's what I'm finding work.
I got to know, why are results important to you, Lance?
Well, at the end of the day, for me personally, my number one goal, or not number one goal, one of my top values is achievement. And as a matter of fact, the name of my company, Apna Coaching, Apna is Norwegian for to achieve or attain. So it's really about getting the results for my clients and helping them get the results that they want. So at the end of the day, people come into a coaching relationship or they enter a career to achieve certain results. So to be able to help people as well as organizations achieve success on those results is really, really what I'm all about in my business.
Now, speaking of your business, what area of your business would you like better results?
That's also a great question. Probably like most coaches and consultants, I really like doing the work of coaching. And therefore, I probably don't do a great job of pursuing that next client or advertising or going after future business. So keeping the client pipeline always full is something I'm probably not very good at. I do tend to get new clients based on the work I've done. So word of mouth, what I've been able to accomplish with others, ended up, this is my best year ever. And I just picked up 2 new clients, even though I've got some clients falling off in December and January. I just picked up 2 new clients this week. So, but I could get better at client pipeline.
Now, let me ask you on that, because I mean, we've all run into the issue. I'm kind of curious when we're talking about the fact that you like the coaching and like delivering your service. Is it something in there where you get bogged down in the delivery and you're not prospecting? Or is it just that you just put all your focus in delivering and then it just kind of falls off the prospecting and new client generation?
Yeah, I think it's just, I really enjoy the work I do. And therefore, I just don't focus that much on prospecting. I realize you have to be out there. I mean, I would not have written the book Accelerating Leadership if I didn't realize you have to have a point of view. You have to be able to put yourself out there. I post monthly. I send it out on LinkedIn and do things like that to stay fresh and relevant in the business world. But as far as, actively pursuing multiple clients, I'm probably not as good at that as I could be.
Yeah. Here's what I've done. And I don't think I stated the question well, is I start drowning in fulfillment or I used to till I got the team. I start drowning in fulfillment, and it's not that I'm focused and I love it. It's more like, holy crap, I got clients. Now I got to do all this work. So I sabotaged myself. But anyways, that's besides the point. Lance, what results are you most proud of?
For me, I retired early so that I could do coaching work. And as you know, most businesses fail within the first 3 years, especially small businesses. I'm about to enter my 5th year. So the fact that I've been able to set up a successful business, that I've been able to write a book, I've been able to coach a number of people, work with some leading national as well as regional coaching and leadership development firms in this process, and served on the board for International Coaching Federation Minnesota chapter for 2 years, and brought 2 organizations in to help them prepare for and win the ICF Minnesota Prism Award. So just the whole notion of diving in fully to the deep end of the coaching pool and being able to generate some success in this area, it's something I'm proud of and want to keep learning and growing.
Yes, sir. So couple things. We're coming up on the end here, Lance. And number one, where can our listeners go to find out more about you?
2 areas. You can look me up on LinkedIn, first of all, and join me there. There aren't a lot of Lance Hazzards out there, I guarantee you. So join me on LinkedIn. I share my posts from my website. The other area is my website, opnacoaching.com, OPPNA coaching, all one word, opnacoaching.com. So you can find out more about me, my services, executive, organizational, team coaching, and the like that I perform, and more about me there.
Excellent. And as we are wrapping up, Lance, anything you want to say in closing?
Again, thank you for having me on your podcast. I really appreciate it. I enjoy your posts that you put out. I look at them regularly, and I'm always learning something.
And it's good to have you here. And it's we'll share the links in the show notes, of course. But to connect with Lance, Opna Coaching, OPNA. Is that right? OpnaCoaching.com.
OPPNA.
Oh, OPP. You down with OPP? Yes. OPPNA. Got it. Opna Coaching. All right, brother. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for taking some time to share your wisdom and results with us. And we appreciate you, my man.
Take care.
That is a wrap for another edition of ResultsLeader.fm. If you are out there getting results for your clients and you want to be featured on the show, go to ResultsLeader.fm now and apply to be on the show. And if you love what you're hearing, share the show, give us a rating and review, do anything to help us get the message out there. Thought leadership is easy, but results leadership is hard.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.